Hi there, I'm Chris from Focusrite Novation, and I'm here with the guys at Absolute Music in Bournemouth, and we're going to have a good look at the brand new Scarlett 18i20 USB audio interface. The Scarlett 18i20 is the flagship in the Scarlett range of Focusrite USB connecting interfaces. Following the same design aesthetic as the Scarlett 2i2 and Scarlett 2i4, we've used a lovely red anodized aluminium top panel. On the front here we have a whole lot of control, and using the Scarlett Mix Control software as well, the 18i20 is a very versatile and powerful audio interface. The Scarlett 18i20 is able to capture recordings at 24-bit and up to 96 kHz sample rate. With 8 high-quality, award-winning microphone preamps included and 10 dedicated outputs, the Scarlett 18i20 is a really powerful and versatile USB audio interface. Looking at the front panel of the Scarlett 18i20, you'll see we've got 2 inputs. These are using combination connections and allow me to plug in either an XLR connection for my microphone or a jack connection from a bass guitar, electric guitar, or from a line level source such as a synthesizer. If I'm working with microphones that require phantom power, we have a dedicated phantom power switch on the front panel here, and this is split across channels 1 through to 4 and 5 through to 8. This can be quite useful if we're using a combination of microphones that need phantom power and perhaps some that don't. If I want to record my guitar directly into my DAW software, I can plug the guitar into the jack socket on the front inputs and use the instrument switch. This will turn that input into a high impedance input and help you with the levels coming directly from the guitar. If I'm working with a signal that's perhaps a little bit too loud, I can use the pad switch, and this will just drop the level to an appropriate level for me to be able to adjust more accurately with the gain control. For each of the built-in 8 inputs, we have dedicated gain controls, and this is really useful when setting the levels for our recording. Another really useful feature is the LED meter bridge, and this just tells us if the signal is at a good level for recording or if it's perhaps a bit too loud and therefore distorting. Next to the LED meter bridge, we have a monitor control section. Generally, you would use this as the main volume output feed to your speakers. There's also a dim switch which will let you just drop the level to an appropriate level to perhaps talk over. There's also a mute switch which will mute the signal directly to the speakers. Next to the monitor control output, we have 2 dedicated headphone outputs. These are ideal if we need to set up our own individual headphone mixes to performers in the live room. For example, a bass guitar player may want a lot of drums and a lot of bass, but not too much guitar, whereas a vocalist may want a bit more guitar and keyboard, but not too overpowering on the bass and drums. Using the powerful mix control software and the dedicated headphone outputs on the front, we can send the individuals their own separate mix. On the back of the 18i20, you can see we've got another 6 inputs. Together with the 2 on the front, this gives us 8 high-quality microphone preamps and line level or instrument connections. Next to the inputs, we have 10 dedicated outputs. Outputs 1 and 2 are in the white background, and generally these would be the ones that you would connect to your monitor speakers in the control room. But you can use the other 8 connections to connect to a whole variety of different sources. For example, you might want to use a second set of speakers in the control room, or perhaps you would want to use a headphone amplifier and set up a dedicated headphone mix to come out of each of these outputs. One of the incredibly powerful aspects of the Scarlett 18i20 is the Scarlett Mix Control software. Using this software, you can set up a whole variety of different submixes and route them to the various different outputs on the unit. Next to the 10 dedicated outputs on the back of the 18i20, we also have an optical input and optical output. This is brilliant if we need to increase the amount of tracks that we want to record into our DAW software. Using something like the Focusrite Octapre or Octapre Dynamic, you can take the ADAT output from that set of additional 8 microphone preamps and feed it directly into the Scarlett 18i20. By doing so, you're increasing your analog track count to 16 dedicated inputs. This means that when you're recording into your DAW, you could record 16 separate signals at one time. Next to the ADAT optical in and out, we have a BNC word clock connection. Again, this is really useful if we need to sync the interface to an external digital device. Alongside being a powerful audio interface, the 18i6 is also a MIDI interface and gives you 5-pin DIN MIDI in and out. Next to the MIDI connections, we also have a stereo digital SP diff in and out. This is really useful if we have any digital devices that we want to record or send a signal to. If we want to record, this will give us an additional 2 inputs into the Scarlett 18i20. So using the 8 mic pre's that are built into the unit, an octa-pre dynamic or octa-pre to give you another 8 ins, and the stereo SP diff, that can give us a total track count of 18 channels directly to your DAW. So there's a good look at the brand new Scarlett 18i20 USB audio interface. The 18i20 is perfectly at home whether you're working on a PC-based system or on a Mac, and delivers high quality, pristine capture of sound directly into your DAW software. If you'd like to know any more details about the 18i20, have a look at www.absolutemusic.co.uk or give the guys in the store a call. They'd be more than happy to help. Thanks very much for watching.